Oh, hello, good afternoon, guys. Good afternoon, good morning in some places. Good morning. Hey, everybody, good afternoon and good evening in other places. I know people in Africa, it's evening time over there, right? And it's 12 here, so about 6 and 7 o'clock on the other side. The world. Hey, guys. Hey, Miss January. Hey, Tori. Hello, Olga. Hey, Nisha. Hey, Nakinya. Hello, guys. I'm just going to wait a couple of more minutes for some people to come on in because I don't want to have to repeat myself. Hey, woman of God. How you guys doing? We have 16 in the chat right now. We're just going to wait till a little bit more people come in. And we're going to discuss motion. And I need to clarify some things with you guys. Hey, Kayla, the one that has me here. Hey, Phoenix Rising. Hey, Jasmine. So, Kayla, you know I'm always give you credit for this, right? You know that, right? Okay. I just want you to remember that. I just want you to remember that. Thank you guys for all those who are here to hear more about Robert's case and to follow what's really going on. Who wants to avoid all the extra stuff that's going on in the world? YouTube. Hey, you listening on your lunch break? Okay. I have my water. Where is my girl at? Hey, Jan, where have you been? You been working hard? I haven't seen you in a while. Hey, Juicy. Guys, let's see. Okay. Hey, Elizabeth. Guys, hello. What did I ask y'all to get? Didn't I ask y'all to get some pen and paper so you guys could get some information? Sometimes to retain information, sometimes it's good to write it down. Some people are visual learners. Some people are hands-on learners, and some people just can listen to something and remember it. Shout out to all those who remember things without having to write it down, because those are the super people. Me, I'm a person that has to write it down, and sometimes I have to have hands-on. So that's why I have a lot of visuals and things like that, because I am one of those type of learners. You show me how to do something, and I'll know it forever. So, oh, you got a new job. Congratulations. Yeah, congratulations on your new job. Congratulations. I was supposed to start a new job back on the January 11th. I don't know what happened. I didn't contact the people, and they didn't contact me. It was a work at home. You know the one I was telling you guys about? I had gotten hired, and I hadn't heard anything back from them. But you know what? Everything happens for a reason, you know. God orchestrates everything. So sometimes you get disappointed about something, but then after a while you're like, okay, now I understand why I didn't get that. So no worries about anything. Please tell us your experience. So I don't worry about anything. You know, the human side of us, the human nature part of us, always. Yeah. Ooh. Ooh. I gotta tell Dallas. What is this one? Okay. All right. The reason I'm so excited is because you see how God works. Okay. Um. hmm, Okay. I am part of like 3 class actions that I knew nothing about. And so now they just send me an email telling me that they're about to send out the payment. It's a good thing. Good thing. But anyway, let's see. We have 24 people in the chat. Okay, so we're gonna get started, guys, because I don't want to hold you guys too long. Remember, lots of notes takes a lot of notes. Absolutely. Good morning, Rhoda. Everyone in the chat room, I'm working and listening. Okay. All right. So what we're gonna do, we have roughly about 25 people in here. And what we're gonna do, Okay, tomorrow, I'm gonna come on a little earlier. No, I'm gonna come on later. I'm gonna come on later. Because I have Apostle Ben who will be in our chat tomorrow. He's gonna pray for Robert. Remember Apostle Ben? He's out of Ukraine. He's gonna pray for Robert tomorrow. So you guys be here tomorrow. We're gonna do it in the afternoon because he has like things to do, and we'll do it tomorrow afternoon. I feel like I gotta sneeze. Hey, unique thoughts. Hey, also lovely. I feel like I gotta sneeze, y'all. It feels like it's gonna come out, but it's not coming out. Ugh, it's like tickling my nose. Ooh, Jesus. It feels funny. It feels funny. But anyway, guys, let's get ourselves together. Remember yesterday we were talking about the motion that was submitted by Robert's attorney to the New York Judge Donnelly, and that motion had to do with presenting the discovery or production of evidence and things like that. Well, then you got the government opposing to the request because trial is supposed to be coming, but I doubt it's coming. I doubt it's coming, guys. I doubt it. But according to Michael Leonard, the agreement was for them to supply that information within 90 days of trial, right? But the government is saying that was never the agreement, that they'll have it to them within 2 weeks, which is going to be on February 5th. Also, they're supposed to be having what do you call it? A hearing, emergency status hearing to try to figure out where they're going to go and what the answer is going to be. So the judge is going to reply, and I guess the reply is going to be at a status hearing that they're going to have, because that's the only way she can really hear both argument on why the information should be provided, right? Okay, so I think there was a mix-up of someone was saying, oh, but they already said it was going to be 45 days. But that wasn't the place that the 45 days was mentioned. It was mentioned actually in New York, because I was on a status call on that one. But I wanted to bring you guys to where there was an actual motion that was set by the judge in Illinois, which occurred back in March of 2020. And I have the documents and things like that for you guys today. Thanks to you digging me, I'm going to let the thing read it itself, so I don't have to go through the trouble of reading it myself. The automatic, PDF thing is going to read it out. So what I'm going to show you guys is where Michael Leonard originally requested in the Illinois case for the production of evidence or any kind of thing that the government has that they would need in order to be prepared for the trial. So before I do that, I need to bring to you guys attention on something. Okay. As you know, everything is operating at a disadvantage for Robert, right? You got two federal court cases. I'm not thinking about the state one right now, because state one's in the back burner. But you got two federal court cases, right? One is in Illinois and one's in New York, right? And you have a tremendous amount of so-called evidence that they have, and that is in their possession. I think they said something about 1,000 devices and all this kind of stuff, and over 50 witnesses on one side in the New York side, and over 40 or 30, 40 on the Illinois side. Then you have, they said they have a ton of paperwork, ton of it, over 35,000 or I don't know, some weird number of paperwork and evidence that they have in their possession, right? But now they're holding this so-called evidence, even the videotape, all of this, they're holding it from him to be able to have a fair trial. So he's operating at a disadvantage, okay? And the only voice and the only manpower that Robert actually has, Kenya, that 3,500, that's the law. That's the name of the law, 3,500. That's not the amount of stuff that they have, evidence they have. It's not that. So the only manpower, I mean, he has his attorneys, right? But here's the deal. They have frozen his assets, okay? He can't even operate in getting things like private investigators and things like that because his money is very much limited. Majority of the attorneys are working pro bono right now, guys. And that's the God honest truth. They're working pro bono. And they have to make a living and they have to take care of their family. So Robert's case, even though it's a big profile, high profile case, that case right now is not bringing in any kind of income from it. So they have to focus on cases that are currently paying the bills, right? So not only is his finances frozen, but you have, when we try to set up different defense funds or different avenues of him getting funding to help him even to file a motion, because even to file a motion costs $150, right? Even the appellate court that he went through, that was $650, I think, at the time. I have to look at the numbers. But you have all of this stuff that costs money. Every time someone suggests him getting some sort of fundraising effort, some sort of us trying to deposit into his case, someone messes that up. Okay, there are people who are against him getting any kind of funding. Because let's just tell the truth. Okay, you can't do nothing without money. Money is needed, especially in the situation that he is in right now. Money brings you the best attorney. Money brings you the best type of defense that you could ever have, right? Okay, let's just be real here. Okay, you have people who is requesting to send money to an attorney that is not currently on the criminal case. Okay, my thing is, why submit any funds to an attorney that is documented, that is no longer working on the federal case, any of the criminal case, which is where Robert really needs help in right now. Okay. That's my spiel. I'm not, you guys do what you want to do, but that's my spiel on that, right? Then you have individuals who are not really concerned about Mr. Kelly's well-being. I think people do not really can't really picture. Because remember, I was telling some people are visual people and some people are learning just by hearing, and some people have to be, hands-on. And a lot of you guys do not, have not, will not ever have, or can imagine what it is like to be behind bars. Okay. It's not a luxury. It's not a getaway camp. It's not. Absolutely not. I've worked in ministries and we did prison ministries, and that was the scariest thing for me. When you walk in, they take your ID, they take everything from you, can't bring anything in there, and then all of a sudden when you go in, boom, the door closes. And one time when I went for my during my ministry, my church ministry for prison ministry, I got scared. I was like, Lord, I hope they don't get me mixed up with the people that's in here. Then I get stuck in here. I'm telling you, this is what happened to me. So people don't understand that when you in that type of environment, number one, it smells in there, and I can't stand smell. It seems like everybody don't know how to use deodorant. The inmates smell horrible. I'm just being honest, because some of them don't even have a chance to take a bath. Then where we had to do in ministry, there was an area where we would go in and we would do Bible study with them. And the chairs and everything was bolted down to the ground. They couldn't pick up the chairs and stuff like that to throw it or anything like that. The chairs, everything was like hard. Like it was like cold. It was gloomy, but the people just survived. He was a correction officer. Okay, so Nisha, you understand what I mean. So and I did that ministry for I think 9 months. I didn't last too long because I didn't like the fear of me not being able to, just in case something happened and their lockdown happened and they happen to forget who's in there. I stopped doing that ministry. But anyway, and everyone in there, their mindset, they just adjust. Some people become better and some people become worse. There's always some sort of struggle for power inside of the jail. Okay. And I would remember there were some who were very manipulative. They would fake like they come in, that they were really like into the word, but then when they got out, it was another story. Okay. But I'm just trying to give you guys a picture of what it is like in the prison system. Thank God that I've never had to deal. I've always worked on the other side of it. I've never had to deal with the inside of it. Thank you, Jesus. But anybody, even mistaken identity, anybody could end up in that place. Even if you don't want to, you can end up that place, right? And I'm just trying to get you guys to picture that type of environment. The television show do not do those places justice at all, because when I walk by, like when I was going to like the center area, the main part, when you walk by the cell, you see that there's like beds. They're like bolted, some of them bolted to the ground, and then the mattress is about like this thick. The mattress is not thick. You can have like one pillow, one thing like that. Some people put like pictures on their wall, right? Then you see this nasty silver bathroom right there inside the cell. There's no like door. Like if they have to use the bathroom, they're right there. Everybody sees them using the bathroom. And I'm like, oh gosh, ooh, where's the privacy, you know? And so I would never want anybody to stay in a place like that for that long, especially when you haven't been convicted of a crime. You know what I mean? This man has been in pre-trial setting for almost 2 years. He has not been convicted of anything. Exactly, Sonny B. So can you imagine his mindset right now? He's been in the hole a couple of times. He's isolated because of COVID. He doesn't get a chance to exercise. He doesn't get a chance to produce like he normally in the environment he used to have. Can you imagine him being treated like a caged animal? And I'm saying caged animal. I'm not calling him an animal, but the mindset of some of these inmates. Some of them act like animals, y'all. They do. Because especially the one who is on like death row, who don't care, who are murderers, all kind of nastiness. They don't care, and sometimes they will challenge somebody that a lot of the guards say the guard comes and they favor Robert, right? Robert has favor and they like it. They will try to make him an example of mistreatment because the guard do like nice things for him. You know what I'm saying? Because I guarantee there's some guards in there that probably like want him to have a fair chance. Who nice to him and who say they have children that's in the music business and they know Robert has been in the music business. They might come and ask him stuff about music. Or I mean, I'm just giving you an example. I'm not saying that's what's happening in there, but I'm just giving you an example. Just for conversation purposes right now. And so they say that the inmates don't like him getting all of this attention, and what they do late at night, they start dragging him, messing with his psyche. Can you imagine what's going on in his mind right now? There is some sort of reconditioning that happens when people are locked up. You know what I'm saying? There's some reconditioning. There's some, especially if you have a fear of being in a closed area or you have a fear of not having the freedom. I mean, there's some psychological things that happen to people who are in prison, especially those who have not done the crime. Some succumb to that environment and some never succumb to that environment. Okay. I am saying all this to tell you guys that we are his voice, and his voice needs to be heard. And that means that we, as people who support him, should try our best to do whatever within our power, whatever it may be, whatever God tells you, because I'm not going to dictate to anybody how they could handle anything, because God speaks to us differently and we move different ways. But I'm just trying to help you guys to get yourself refocused. Okay. There's been so much entertainment on this YouTube street, and that entertainment is not helping Robert at all. It's not. In fact, it hurts him. It hurts him a lot. Whether you believe it or not, it hurts him a lot, because anytime someone takes your time in helping him, because you're sitting hours and hours and hours and hours in listening to this entertainment, when you could be doing something that's productive for this man. You get what I'm saying, guys? We are all adults. I'm not here to tell anybody what to do. I'm not. I'm just giving you suggestions. I'm just here to just help you guys get them. I know half of you guys that came into these YouTube's world, you search in Robert's name and you latch on to different YouTube stations because they were talking about something that of your interest. You know what I'm saying? You latch on because different bloggers were supporters of Mr. Kelly. Different bloggers were providing you information because you couldn't find it anywhere on the national television. Only thing you kept hearing on national television is the negative things that's going on. Nothing was positive, but in your heart and in your soul, you felt that there has to be more to this. There has to be somebody that's telling some sort of truth, of giving another angle of what's happening to Robert. Why all these people doing this? Why this is happening? Okay. And I know you guys, some say, oh no, I didn't come for art, but really the reality you did. And then in the process you found things that were like entertaining to you. But the entertainment needs to stop because trial is coming up. He is operating at a disadvantage. a disadvantage. God is all powerful, all knowing, all omnipresent everywhere. But here's the deal, God is also a gentleman. He will not interfere in anything that is happening until we call upon him. And I believe that Robert called upon the Lord, and the Lord searched low and high and low, for individuals like you guys, like myself. He put something in our heart, something in our soul, something that we can't even explain why we want to help this man. Okay. I've heard the opposition says some of you guys don't even do that for your own family members. And you know what? It's probably true. It's probably true. But when something is placed in your inner soul, in your inner I'm trying to find the most deepest word I can use. But when God places something that you can't shake, you can't understand why, and then everything starts falling into place. You meet people that has the same like mind and that same drive, that same passion. You start connecting, and that connection helps things to grow, and you see some sort of movement happening, and all of a sudden there's hope. There's a glimpse of hope for Mr. Kelly. But then you also know when that glimpse of hope comes in, the enemy comes in like a lion. He roars around and finding where he could fit in and individuals he can attach himself to. And then all of a sudden, the glimpse of hope becomes horrifying. So, I always let God use me, because I didn't come in here for this conversation, but obviously it's meant for somebody to hear this. My conversation and my purpose for being here today was to basically bring you guys some information regarding to the motion, the previous motion. But something got me into the conversation. But whoever it is for, you know who you are. Be blessed by what I just said to you. Anyway, let's go forward on what I came here for. Hey, Ashley, how are you? Elizabeth, hey, Lavelle, hey, Sunny B. Okay, some people came in afterwards, but anyway, let's start. Okay, I was saying that in Chicago, in the state of Illinois, there was a motion placed in by same attorney, Mr. Michael Leonard. Kudos to Mr. Leonard. He is the federal attorney for Robert. Really wonderful man, very professional, conduct himself in an excellent manner. I appreciate the work that he and Steve and the rest of the attorneys that are still on board with Robert, who believes in his innocence, who has worked diligently, and those who don't think they're working hard, they are. It's just they have to work by the book, so all the T's are crossed and all the I's are dotted. They don't move in our ways. We could be reckless all we want because we out here. We don't have any kind of license that's governing us to tell us, no, you can't do this. We are the people. Like I told you yesterday. Yesterday I was up and I wanted to just like go in. But shout out to his attorney. Shout out to every single one of them who's doing the best that they can with what limited resources that they have. They have a limited resources. They have a limited amount of staffing that they can provide to the help of Mr. Kelly, because everything that's being done for Robert right now is on borrowed, I would say borrowed money, I guess, because when you don't have the money, you really don't have it. But I'm just saying, his assets are frozen, people. I don't know how to get this to you guys. I know you keep hearing all this stuff in the news and all that. The news is gonna put out what they want to put out. Okay, they're gonna tell you what they want you to believe. Okay, because what the angle and the mission of the news and the national information area, all that, is basically to drag this man and to make sure that he does not come up. And I keep thinking about that casket conversation I had with Free Jack. I keep seeing that image in my head, even though it's just a literary thing, it's not actually happening, but the just thinking about being in, because I'm claustrophobic, I don't like being in any tight place, but just thinking about, even when I went to the MRI, I don't like being in that closed space. They have to put something on my eyes and music and everything, because just knowing I'm in that closed space and can't get out, oh Jesus. I started acting up and trying to get out, because I'll tell you, when I had to do the X-ray for my before my surgery, I had to go inside that thing and just having that thing around me and then seeing, and I'm like, just imagine that. Okay, that was a sidebar. But anyway, let's go back to the emotion that was set originally the first time. Shout out to You Digging Me for allowing me to be able to use this thing here. Okay, so this was done on March 2020. The original request for production for the government to provide any kind of evidence, production of evidence that was provided. So this is what Leonard put in the state of Illinois. He just did one for New York. Now this is what he did before in Illinois. I feel 100% I have never had a focus on entertainment, etc. But the Lord has placed him on my mind the past 2 years, as well as Bill Cosby. There it takes AIDS from inside the center. Exactly. Love up to Sylvia Chat. Thank you for staying positive on driving information. Love bug, you're late for class and stuff. All right, let's do this, guys. Ready? I'm going to share this for you guys, and like I said, kudos to You Digging Me, because You Digging Me got me this to get to here. Okay, here we go. All right, here's the first. I'm gonna let this thing read out to you. Can you guys see this? Is this big enough? Let me bring it down. Can y'all guys see this? I'm gonna take myself out the screen so you guys could see it and hear it as well. You guys see that? Hey, Rita. Okay, yeah, you guys see this? All right, this was done on, in fact, it was initially submitted in February 2020, right? And this is in Illinois, right? And the title of this one is Defendant's Motion for Immediate Production of Favorable Evidence, okay? Let me let this thing read it for you guys. All right, let's do this. Welcome, everybody. Here we go. It's going to read it out loud. Guys, ready to listen?
In the United States District Court for the Northern District of Illinois Eastern Division. United States, No. 19 CR 567. Honorable Judge Lanon Weber Robert Kelly, E.T. A.L. Defendant's motion for the immediate production of all favorable evidence. Defendant, Mr. Kelly, by and through his undersigned counsel, respectfully requests that this court enter an order requiring the government to immediately disclose and produce any all previously undisclosed evidence or information known to the government, or in its possession, custody, or control, the existence of which is known or by the exercise of reasonable diligence may become known, that is favorable to Mr. Kelly and any of his co-defendants, and is material in any way to any of the issues relating to defendant's guilt or innocence, or which bears upon the credibility of any government witness who might testify at trial, and states as follows. 1. The information and documents referenced above specifically include, but are not limited to, the following: any and all grants of immunity, favors, or promises of any kind made to any witness in connection with obtaining his or her testimony or assistance. This includes any plea agreement entered into between the government and the witness, as a result of which the witness is testifying against any defendant in this case, or on behalf of the government at any other trial, grand jury, or other proceedings, or is otherwise furnishing information to the government. Case 1:19 CR 00567 document hashtag 85 filed February 3rd, 20 page 1 of 3 page ID hashtag 405. Any assistance, financial or otherwise, provided by any attorney or agent of the government to any witness for any reason, including assistance with local or federal law enforcement agencies, or any other agency of federal, state, or local government. The criminal identification and history sheet of each potential government witness. Any criminal charges pending against any potential government witness, which have not been disposed of either by conviction or acquittal. Any criminal activity in which a potential government witness has engaged which has not resulted in prosecution or conviction. All mental, psychiatric, or drug abuse and dependency records of any individual who may be called as witnesses as trial, including all documents that relate to any such individual's ability to be truthful, forthright, and honest as a witness, and to know, hear, see, tell, and relate facts which occur in their presence. All evidence of any payment or reimbursement provided to or for any witness or potential witness. All emails, texts, messaging, and correspondence with any witness who might be called to testify at trial, or with any such individual's attorney, family members, associates, or representatives. 2. Defendant and his counsel believe this motion regarding favorable evidence, in this specificity, is necessitated even if the government has already generically indicated an intent and obligation to produce the materials that are the subject of this motion in light of the ongoing nature of the government's investigation, and in light of the government's proclivity to produce these materials on the eve of trial. Case 1:19 CR 00567 document hashtag 85 filed February 3rd, 20 page 2 of 3 page ID hashtag 406. Wherefore, defendant, Mr. Kelly, prays for the entry of an order requiring the government to disclose immediately any previously undisclosed evidence or information known to the government, or in its possession, custody, or control, the existence of which is known or by the exercise of reasonable diligence may become known, that is favorable in any respect to the defendant or his co-defendants, and which is material in any way to the issues of defendant's guilt or innocence, including, but not limited to as described above, and for such other and further relief as is appropriate under the circumstances. Respectfully submitted by S/Michael I. Leonard, counsel for defendant Kelly. LEONARDMEYER, LLP Michael I. Leonard, 120 North LaSalle Street, 20th floor, Chicago, Illinois, 60602312380 6659, direct 312-264-0671, fax, mleonard@leonardmeyerllp.com, certificate of service. The undersigned states that on February 3rd, 2020, he caused the above to be served on all counsel of record by way of ECF filing it. Respectfully submitted by S/Michael Leonard, counsel for defendant Kelly. Case 1:19 CR 00567 document.
Okay, so guys, as you can see, Michael Leonard in the case in Chicago, in the Illinois, state of Illinois, that motion was submitted, right? In fact, the judge did rule on that motion, and I'm going to play that for you guys also. So, as you can see, that this motion is not something new. It's just that it was never submitted in the state of New York. So, I just wanted to show you guys where the mix-up was. Remember, there's two cases, two different jurisdictions operating and talking about the same type of cases. So it could become confusing when someone said, "Oh, they asked for this already." No, it was in the state of Illinois that they had asked the government to present the production of the information. In the state of New York, a lot of things were not being done. So Michael Leonard right now is doing the work that should have been done before. So that's what's happening right now. So I just wanted to bring you guys attention to that. And the judge did respond, and that's when he came up with the 45 days, because Steve and Leonard was asking for, I'm sorry, Mr. Leonard was asking for 60 days, and the government was asking for 30 days. And the judge went straight in the middle and made it 45 days. 45 days they would have to produce the evidence, the production, or whatever things they would offer to those people. That's 45 days prior to trial. 45 days prior to trial. Not 45 days from the time they talked about it, but 45 days prior to trial. I'm going to go ahead and play that for you guys so you get what the judge granted partial, because the government was asking for less time. They were asking for more time, and then the judge gave the middle. Okay, I'm going to play that for you guys right now so you guys can hear what the answer was. Hold on. Hey, Demetra. Hey, Cheryl. Okay, baby. Cynthia. I think I say hi to you guys already, but hi again, just in case I didn't say hello. All right, here we go. We're going to go in here. I'm going to share that screen so you can hear what the judge. Let me make sure I got the right thing up. Nope, that's not the right thing. I need to get out of that. I need to get out of that. Hold on. I need to get out. All right, here we go. Cancel this. I'm going to have to cancel the sharing part. Okay, here we go. We're going to go here with what the judge responded. Okay. All right, here we go, guys. Here is what the judge responded with. I'm going to make this bigger for you guys. Start from here. All right, here we go. Knowing the need to make sure that the cases that were confiscated should not belong. Okay. All right, y'all ready, guys? All right, let's go ahead and have my wonderful thing to read it for me. I know y'all probably hate that this thing reads everything, but at least I don't have to read it anymore. It reads it for me. Ha. All right, here we go. Click read out loud. Here we go.
In the United States District Court for the Northern District of Illinois. USA, Case No. 19, County Route 567. V. Judge, Harry D. Lanenweber, Robert Sylvester Kelly, E.T. Al. Order. Arraignment of defendants Robert Sylvester Kelly, Darrell McDavid, and Milton Brown held on government's superseding indictment, 93. Defendants Kelly, McDavid, and Brown present in court. Kelly, McDavid, and Brown entered pleas of not guilty on all counts. Status and motion hearing held. Defendant Kelly's motion for reconsideration, 54, is withdrawn. Defendant Kelly's motions, 83, 85, granted in part as follows. The government is ordered to produce Jenks Act and Giglio material 45 days prior to the start of trial. If the government becomes aware of mental, psychiatric, or drug abuse and dependency records of any individual who may be called as a witness at trial, the government must notify defendants within a reasonable time and submit any documents to the court for in-camera review. Defendant Kelly is ordered to reply to the motion to produce law enforcement truthfulness materials, 87, by March 19, 2020. Jury trial set for April 27, 20 is reset to October 13, 20. At 10 a.m. Without objection, time is excluded as to defendants Kelly and Brown to October 13, 20. Pursuant to 18 U.S.C. 3161, H7, A.B., in the interest of justice, and for continuity of counsel, defendant McDavid has until March 12, 20 to file a motion to sever. Time is excluded as to defendant McDavid until March 12, 20 for purposes of that pretrial motion pursuant to 18 U.S.C. 3161, H1D. Otherwise, time is excluded until October 13, 20 pursuant to 18 U.S.C. 3161, H7, A.B. in the interests of justice and for continuity of counsel. T0015. Date, March 5th, 20/S/Judge Harry D. Lanenweber. Case 1:19 CR 00567 document hashtag 102 filed, March 5th, 20 page 1 of 1 page ID hashtag 493.
All right, guys. So you guys heard what you heard what actually happened. So at their hearing in March last year, the judge did state that the government would have to provide those evidence 45 days prior to trial. At the time, trial was supposed to be like in April, but then they changed it from April to October, which you guys know never happened. Nothing happened in 2020. So that is what they were talking about as far as the production of evidence, what they're asking for in the state of New York. My doctor had to prescribe me something to make me sleep. For my MRI. Me too. Oh, jeez. They gave me music in my ear. Put music in my ear. As well as gave me something to, relax and not open my eyes. But I had that music in my ear. And I lasted inside that thing for about 30 minutes? That was the worst. I don't like that thing. So anybody have any questions? So as you guys know, I try not to stay here too long anymore. I try to give you the information, give you the nugget, and move on. So anybody have any questions? So you guys got a little bit of understanding of what is happening. And my plea, my cry out to you guys regarding to do what you can do in as far as helping Robert. Can't dictate to you what to do. I'm not even going to suggest it anymore. Just they treat Robert. Absolutely, love Buck. We have to continue to pray for him. But then, I just believe that our faith is being tried and tested. So, but that is what I wanted to bring forth to you guys. Like I told you, I'm still waiting for the answer. Hold on, let me check something here. Let me check to see if we got any kind of status on this thing in New York. And I can tell y'all if I got anything. Nothing has been placed in here. Nothing. Nothing has been placed in. I wonder if the judge around. Let me check for you guys, see if she's around. Let's see. Let's see. Okay, let's see. Nothing in the court calendar. So, that is all that I have for you guys this afternoon. My wonderful peeps. Yeah, that's all I have for you this afternoon. So if you guys have any questions, okay, Pamela said, okay, why are they doing this to him? All these. Okay, Pamela, I don't see the rest of the stuff that you see. Hey, Nakia. I don't know what to say. I try not to say too much anymore on the internet. What's today? Oh, okay. Going to Atlanta? Have a good one. So, sorry about that. That was a mistake. I was going off the class. She has in-person class now. Some of her class. The other ones are still online. My work is still online. What's up? Okay, what were we talking about? But that's basically it, guys. Like I told you guys, I come on, say what I need to say, and I'm getting off. Not. All right, let me do the spread. Don't forget tomorrow, Apostle Ben is going to pray for Robert, and probably gonna be done in the evening. Excuse me, most likely be in the evening time frame. So let's do this prayer, and then I'm gonna get off. If anybody have any questions? Anybody have any question before I get off? Before I say the prayer? Anybody have any questions? Waiting for questions, people. Should we reach out to Farrakhan? I don't know. Doesn't hurt to look. I'm at this point. Let's try anything. Nothing that's illegal to get you in trouble. None of that stuff. But just I try anything. Don't try anything that's illegal. Please don't, because I don't have any bail money for anybody. Rita, I definitely agree with you with the pastors. I agree with you in contacting some of these pastors, and I'll tell you, don't give up hope. Do not give up hope. Do not give up hope at all. Do not give up hope. Okay, we're gonna do this prayer. I'm gonna say this prayer. You ready, guys? All right, guys, ready? Hey, 313. You didn't miss anything. I was just going talking about the previous motion that is similar to the one that was filed for New York, and I was explaining to everyone that this motion had already been filed before in Illinois, so it's not anything new. It's just that it was never done in New York. So I was just giving them, showing them where it was given back in March, and the judge You saying hey to Randa? You see Randa in here? Exactly. We must not give up hope. There's hope for the hopeless. All right, let's read this prayer because I'm ready to get off. I'm getting tired. Ready? Oh God, who declares Robert innocent, take away Robert Sylvester Kelly's distress. Have mercy on Robert and hear Robert's prayer. Lord, you know the hope for the hopeless. Surely you will listen to their cries and comfort them comfort them. You will bring justice to the orphans and the oppressed, so people can no longer terrify them. I trust in the Lord for protection. O Lord, hear Robert's plea for justice. Listen to Robert's cry for help. Pay attention to Robert Sylvester Kelly's prayer, for it comes from an honest heart. Declare Robert innocent, for you know those who do right. And you could see this in Psalms 17 and 2, 1 and 2. Wake up, rise to Robert Sylvester Kelly's defense. Take up Robert Sylvester Kelly's case. God declare Robert not guilty. O Lord, for you give justice. Psalms 35, 23, 24. O God, take up Robert Sylvester Kelly's cause. Defend Robert against these ungodly people. Rescue Robert from these unjust liars. Psalms 43 and 1. You will restore Robert to even greater honor and comfort him once again. Psalm 71, 21. The Lord gives righteousness and justice to all who are treated unfairly. Psalms 103 and 6. The humble will be filled with joy, fresh joy from the Lord. Those who are poor will rejoice in the Holy One of Israel. Those who intimidate and harass will be gone, and all those who plot evil will vanish. Those who make the innocent guilty by their false testimony will disappear, and those who use trickery to perverse justice and tell lies to tear down the innocent will be no more. Isaiah chapter 29, verses 19 through 21. You will bring full justice to all those who have been done wrong. Father, you will not stop until truth and righteousness prevail. Isaiah chapter 42, verses 3, 4. Lord, you said you will give treasures hidden in darkness, secret riches. Isaiah 45 and 3. For Lord, you will fight those who fight Robert and will save his children. Isaiah 49:25. And everyone who tells lies in court will be brought to justice. Lord, you have spoken. Isaiah 54:17. For you, Lord, love justice and hate robbery and wrongdoing. Isaiah 61 and 8. For you will give Robert back his health and heal his wound. Jeremiah chapter 30, verse 17. Lord, you are Robert's lawyer. Plead Robert Sylvester Kelly's case. For you have redeemed Robert Sylvester Kelly's life. You have seen the wrong they have done. Lord, be Robert Sylvester Kelly's judge and prove Robert right. Lamentation chapter 3, verses 58 and 59. Lord, you will never let the guilty go unpunished. Nahum chapter 1, verse 3. I pray for the judge, jury, attorney, defendant, respondents. And your spirit will rest upon Robert. Your spirit of wisdom and understanding, your spirit of counsel and might, spirit of knowledge and the fear of the Lord. Robert will delight in obeying you, Lord. Isaiah 11, chapter 11, verse 2 and 3. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Amen and amen. All right, guys. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Be blessed.